Good afternoon. We're here this afternoon with Larry Lall. Larry is an industry expert on corporate culture. And so, Larry, what does that mean? What do you do?
Well, corporate culture is about how the people in an organization actually relate to and become part of an organization, and what they believe and how they see their organization as operating, functioning in both the corporate context as well as the general environment context, and customers all the way out through how they see themselves as part of the global community.
So, Larry, you've written a book on corporate culture and you've done a lot of speaking, professional speaking on corporate culture. What is your key point of difference?
Well, the key point of difference is the system that I've built called the MEC Cornerstone that enables organizations and individuals to mutually and jointly be able to define what that environment or culture is going to be to the benefit of both the organization as well as the people.
Okay. So the MEC Cornerstone I'm familiar with. As you go through this material, what is it you know that other people don't know? It's the what do you know that you didn't know question. And does culture affect ROI, shareholder value, profitability?
Well, that's the aha moment. It's the correlation between and amongst several factors, and that is individual alignment, not only in who they are, but also alignment to the corporation and who the corporation thinks it is. That alignment has to be there in order to make sure you have great profitability through its productivity and the performance of the individual people. Now, furthermore, it's the culture of the organization that dictates what it is that people in the general public actually perceives about your organization, because it's the people within the organizations who are the best brand managers and brand advocates for the organization. Hence, they're the ones, and it's the culture itself that in fact generates the revenue that then generates the profits for the organization. That's the aha moment that many organizations haven't come to realize, that it is in what they do internally in their organizations that so adversely or positively impacts their entire being, their ability to perpetuate themselves over a long period of time or a very short period of time. For those organizations that are disengaged from their people, that their people are not aligned to the so-called corporate culture, those are the organizations that will fall apart and go out of business very quickly.
I once knew a company president who had a reserved parking spot in the third or fourth row of the employee parking lot behind the factory. He made a point of walking through the factory and having lunch actually in the factory lunchroom once or twice a week. And in the end, his comment was his number one union strategy in dealing with his employees was the fact that he parked in their parking lot, ate in their lunchroom, and walked through their factory. What kind of ROI impact does that have on corporate culture and shareholder value?
Astronomic. Here is what I think it was Harvard Business Review found, that organizations that are culturally aligned and engaged usually outperform their competitors by over 10 times. 10 times. Not 10%, that's 1,000%, 10 times. That's the impact of what he's doing. That is what they haven't clued into yet.
Larry, thank you very much. Have a great afternoon, and tell us a little bit about how we can our audience can get in contact with you after this video.
Well, they can get in contact with me with the information at the bottom of the screen, and they can also contact me on LinkedIn, as well as at arr7@addtglobal.net.
Excellent. Thanks very much. Have a great afternoon.
And thank you. Have a wonderful day too.